1733, the 287-ton Dutch-built ship, San Pedro, was loaded with New World goods, including silver. It was on its way to Europe when a hurricane struck. The San Pedro passed over the reef before sinking in Hawk Channel, off Lower Matacumbe Key. Despite the wreck, nearly all the cargo was salvaged and taken to a nearby salvage camp on Indian Key. The sparse underwater remains lie south of Indian Key, in 18 feet of water. This easy access allows exploration of this archaeological site and provides a visual treasure trove of nautical history and marine life. The remains of San Pedro consist of the ship's ballast stones, an anchor, and replica 1733-style cannons. Protected by its designation as an underwater archaeological preserve. The treasure of San Pedro has now become the jewel-like reef fish that swims silently around the remains of the past, enticing visitors to dream of former glories while witnessing its return to nature.
Nearby Indian Key not only provided a base for the San Pedro crew, its use by humans spans thousands of years before the arrival of the Spanish in Florida, from when the Key was home to prehistoric Indians to the 1830s when Indian Key was the seat of Dade County. Under the direction of Jacob Hausman, who bought the island in 1831, Indian Key challenged Key West as a lucrative wrecking center. Hausman built a store, hotel, residences, warehouses, and wharves as he turned Indian Key into a busy seaport. This prosperous community came to a violent end on August 7, 1840, when the town was attacked and burned by Seminole Indians during the Second Seminole War. Today, exploring the ghostly ruins of this once thriving community is an immersion into one era of Key's history. Placards along the trails tell the history of the town and some notable events that took place on the island. Indian Key's ghosts of the past give way to the enjoyment of present day.
The past inhabitants of Indian Key sought riches beneath the waters off its shore. Deep water channels in this area wind through shallow, emerald-hued seagrass beds around mangrove islands, leading to the living heart of the 10,000 acres surrounding Lignum Vitae Key Botanical State Park. Many people fantasize about living on an island, picturing a tropical idyll away from the cares of the world. The Matheson caretaker's house tells another story of island living. It is one of hard work and surviving the elements, modifying the land to suit various visions of owners. It is, finally, the story of a dream to protect and preserve a living example of precious natural resources that make the Florida Keys such a special place. Lignum Vitae Key has provided a base for human inhabitants over time to enjoy its bounty. Abundant fish and shellfish from the surrounding seagrass flats, and Lignum Vitae trees from what is now one of the last remaining old-growth hardwood hammocks. Stepping into this forest is literally stepping back in time. It is a treasure trove of plant, bird, and butterfly species that are rapidly disappearing for modern Keys environments. As biologist E.O. Wilson remarked upon visiting, to enter the forest on Lignum Vitae Key is to step far into the past and to come as close as we ever will to witnessing the Keys as they were before the coming of man.
Just as Lignum Vitae Key allows a glimpse of the Keys as they were before the coming of man, visiting Windley Key Fossil Reef gives a vision of the coral that helped to form the Keys from underwater life that existed in an ancient sea. Human activity in this area uncovered this geological prize while quarrying for material to construct Henry Flagler's Overseas Railroad in the 1900s. The story of the building of the railway and the use of keystone as an iconic building material is illustrated by the equipment left behind in the old quarry pits and the exhibits in the visitor center. More ancient treasures surround the quarries. Lush hardwood hammock slopes into mangrove forest, sheltering a variety of butterflies like malachites, swallowtails, and fritillaries, as well as birds, including the threatened white-crowned pigeon, mangrove cuckoo, and black-whiskered vireo. The quarry walls invite visitors to dive deeper into the ancient story of corals and share the discoveries of scientists on formation of the Florida Keys. The dramatic play of light and shadow as the day progresses gives a contemplative view of the passage of time and the gifts of nature displayed for all to enjoy.